What's up, guys? My name's Casper Jones. I make skateboards for a living for Life Skateboards. You can get one of your own at lifeskateboard.com. Sorry, it's been like a week since I did a live. Had a lot of stuff going on in my life, but pretty much on my lives, you're just going to be watching me go through every step of shaping here. I might stop to explain some things, answer some questions, and then when I'm over on the orbital without the respirator mask, I can actually hear you guys. I can actually respond to you guys a lot better. And we can get talking about things. My lives fall into talking about sobriety. We talk about board making, skateboarding, all that fun stuff, random stuff I'm doing, talk about my dog, all that fun stuff. And always a good time because I'll probably show up and start talking about McRibs sometime soon. So I'm going to go ahead and throw my respirator on and we're going to get started with shaping these boards. I've got a stack of 7 to shape today. I don't know if I'll be doing more today or if I'll be back tomorrow to do some more. We will see. But some exciting stuff coming up around the corner. We've got a contest at Major Taylor's on May 18th that me and Yard Dad are going to be putting on. There's going to be a show, lots of sponsors. We got Life, Minus, we got Lieb Skateboards, we've got Curdled Skateboards, we've got Odin Grips, we've got all kinds of sponsors in there for that event. So I'm going to get to work. Hope you guys enjoy watching. See how this goes. So this step, we're taking this edge right here and bringing it to a 90 with the concave. Hello, Harlow. Now that the edge is at a 90 to the concave, we can take it over to the edge router and it'll round off that square edge there. Making skateboards. So now the edge is rounded off. Now it's just time to clean it up over here on the drum. I'm going to clean that drum off real well. back wheel. Clean it up just a little bit more. Alrighty. I moved this pile so it's a little easier for me. And we're on to the orbital. I see a blue circle. Is that Alistair? There he is. Alistair's here. So, you can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. We're making them all in-house right here in the order for you. What have we got going on here? That's up Larry. There we go, Alistair. Over here with the comic relief. Sounds about fair, Alistair. Sorry if I'm not my excited, bubbly self today. I'm dealing with quite a bit of family issues at the moment. Just keep working. I wasn't going to go live today, but figured I would give people a chance to come see it. Who knows, maybe somebody's going to start buying life boards and I'll have more work to do. Nope, the McRib definitely can't help this one. Sorry, Alistair. you guys are watching this is, or if you guys are new to the live, this is Life Skateboards. We're making handcrafted boards available to everybody, made to order, made in-house, and made just for you. Go to lifeskateboard.com. Get a deck of your own. Keep me working. I always like work. Keeps my mind busy. Alright. Final check here. Let me give this a quick touch up here. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody said cool hat. Yeah, and McRib tells you everything, so if McRib thinks it's good, then it's good. This right here is our 1986.5, finished, ready for graphics. About this hat right here. This is from Low Card. I won it in Fort Wayne a few years ago. I cannot find this font with these words anywhere. There's one that has "Stay Lame" on top of each other that has the two of clubs and an actual card over here, but I've never seen this one except for a creature part where David Gravett was wearing one. I have no clue where you can get one. I know people are like looking for it. There's ones that are really similar, but I've never been able to find one like it. This thing's real old. I love it. Also, shout out to Death Wish Coffee. Keeps me moving. I've got all this stuff from an old brand deal with them, and they started something up with me soon. The board that I just made was a 1986.5 from our out of our shapes. The next one here, this is an egg twin. I've got a stack of boards here to finish up, including what looks like a couple dino eggs. You guys are gonna like that. Would a nollie backside 3 hard flip be like a grape spin hard flip? Yeah, there we go. Grape spin hard flip. All right, so this next step, we're taking this edge. This is how the edge looks after the shape's cut out on the router. And we're bringing it to a 90 with the concave so that the router can cut out a rounded edge. Here we go. Close up my coffee. Now that the edge is at a 90 to the concave, we can take it to the edge router here, and it'll actually round off the edge easier, and it'll meet right in between the third and fourth one. So we're going to take it over here to the drum and clean everything up. Then another round of cleaning up on the back wheel and another one on the orbital. When I'm on the orbital, I'll be able to answer direct questions a lot easier. ¿Cuál es la marca? Dang it, Jorge, I don't know that Spanish. Sorry. Take it over to here. Somebody asked, how did I get into making boards in the first place? So this isn't my company. The company was started and is ran by Sam Cook. He started it in 2012. He was a woodworker by trade. And then he's been skating since the 80s. He owned a skate shop in the early 2000s. Made his first board in 2012, and he was killing it, making really good boards. I was seeing him all over the place. Really nice wood grains and stuff. And then I was working in a skate shop, and a guy came in with a really strong board, and I started riding it. Absolutely loved it. Advertised the crap out of it. And then the guy that worked here before me hit me up and said, "Hey, I made that board." So the guy that brought me that really awesome board was lying about where it came from, and it happened to be a life board. A few years later, I was helping Sam make them. I got my foot in the door with the industry at a skate shop. I was kind of locally recognized for some of the things that I talked about that the company agrees with, and that's how this all went down. Now I make boards for a living, and I love it. 775. Yes, we can make you a 775. We can make you anything on it. We've got over 77 shapes listed on the website. All over the place here. What you're going to see me shaping today is a lot of larger boards. But in here, I've got some smaller templates. 775 is right there for you. We've got even got a youth mold right here, and everything 9.5 and under comes out of this mold here. So, but we can make you a 775 if that's what you want. It's not what I skate, but if it's what people want, it's what we'll make. All right. Somebody let me know if my audio cuts out. Whenever I plug my phone in, it likes to cut the audio out with it. So we're going to try real hard to keep my phone charging. I'm going to try. I don't know if my phone's going to try. But 5 more left after this one. On the orbital, usually things go pretty quick. Whenever there's excess glue on it, it takes a little bit longer. But this is the last step before graphics are applied. Here at Life Skateboards, we apply all of our graphics with hand-carved lino blocks. That's a hand-carved relief image, kind of like a stamp. The reason we do that is because every step of our process is to ensure a high-quality end product. From the way that we glue the boards, we glue them by hand to make sure that every ply on the inside of your skateboard gets full glue coverage, all the way to our graphic application with hand-carved lino blocks. We want to make sure that we make a product that's going to last for a very long time for you. The standard for a graphic application is heat transfers. It doesn't really sit well with us for a board to roll through a 200-degree roller just to get a graphic on there. I wish I could do that for you, Alistair. But yeah, I mean, every step of the process is to make sure you get a very, very high quality board that's made to last. So get yourself a life, because then you go up to your friends and you go, get a life! And you're just being nice to them, because you want them to ride a better board. And you want to keep me working. And you want to maybe see your board get shaped on a live. Who knows? LifeSkateboards.com. Get a life! If you guys are enjoying what you're watching, go ahead and share it with your friends. I know this is a pretty niche thing to enjoy watching, so if somebody you think would like it, send me their way. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and get a life, all that fun stuff. That's what happens if I put my hand in that sander. If I put my hand on this sander, if I put my hand in this sander, it might rip my fingers off. It has grabbed my hair and tried to pull my head in and tried to scalp me. Sorry, my tripod is not liking where it's sitting right now. There we go. The drum just kind of takes little chunks off, and the belt does the same thing. The reason you're seeing me work without gloves is because a lot of the quality control is being able to feel the edge of the board. It's not really a risk of running my hands across things. The most ways that I get my hand against the abrasive part of stuff is cleaning it. So it's not really like if I were to like miss while I'm shaping, it's not going to do much damage to me. Yeah, this isn't much. I mean, this is only a 150. So it's not doing anything. That belt sander over there, that thing, if you kept yourself against it, that would do some serious damage. Like I said, though, this thing here has tried to take my life before. So, and that router over there in the corner is pretty nice and dangerous. But I think the thing with the biggest limb count is our table saw out there. So That took a finger and a half from the company. Guy, just a heads up, Alistair gets on all of my lives, talks about McRibs, and I love it because when there's nobody here, he's just going on and on about McRibs, and I look back at it and I feel it feels important. It feels like it's important. So I just kind of let it happen. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Alistair will always be here, so you can answer his questions whenever. Hey, Mary Sue. Second one done. We're gonna move right along. Like I said, I've only got 7 to shape so far today. Sam might pop in and cut some more. Let me know if this audio cuts out again, guys. Unplugging my phone. Let's hope it didn't screw my audio up. We'll find out. Once again. Oh shit, I about dropped it. So, since you guys are over there talking about McDonald's, maybe I'll do it now. Death Wish Coffee. Because they're awesome. You guys want to see what they sent me? So, I don't know if this is like officially released or not. But Death Wish sent me a package to try. Might as well show you guys. So I'm supposed to be making a video with this stuff. Death Wish released cold brews. Would you look at that? The Boca is my favorite. But I'm supposed to make a video for them. I've already started it. But I've been so busy, it's been hard to like actually go out and get clips. Because when I go out to skate, I just want to skate, so I don't pull my phone out. But, alright, that was pretty neat. Yeah, if they're in cahoots with Bathtub Larry, you know they're good. One moment here. All right, and we're back to it. So, I've decided that every time I walk through these steps, I'm going to go over it. Because it looks like viewership on this channel is usually people popping in and out. So I might as well explain it to everybody as it happens. Alright, so after the board is cut out, the edge looks like that. Time to take some of that tape off of there. And then bring that edge to a 90. So now that edge is at a 90 to the concave, we'll be able to cut out, we'll be able to round off that edge there. Can you deliver hot McRibs? Let's do it. The edge is rounded off, but it's not very clean. So we're going to take it right over here to the drum, clean it up a little bit. I'm going to clean this drum off first. Does it look like grip gum? Yes. Is it grip gum? Yeah, for half the price and twice as much. My friend, that's not getting over there. Thank you very much. Hey, Rawa, I'm gonna be all right, thanks. Woo. All right. Back to it. Hello. Colt's back. Let's get this plugged in again. Or you guys can keep the chat at Life Skateboards. I mean, both are fine topics, in my opinion. But get a life! Competition. There's a guy named Ryan Sullivan that has like 10 fully set up life boards right now. So the artwork on the life skateboards deck, the majority of that is from a local artist named Ben Blakely. Really great artist. A couple of them are done by Fat Ram Tattoo out of California. That was for Andrew Allen's graphic and the top graphic for his board. And then a couple of them are guests. But pretty much all Ben Blakely. Sam, I'm gonna be honest with you. I couldn't tell if that was Sam's car or not out there today. It might not be the car he's driving. I'm not sure. But he came in to cut these either yesterday or this morning. So he might be back, because I know there's a few of them that he needs to cut. So I'm either going to be back tomorrow or he's going to be in here in a little bit. But yeah, I love the artwork too. Ben's an amazing artist. A lot of it's Sam telling him what he wants. Ben comes up with it. Some of it, like my personal sorry, my graphic. I found a piece that Ben had done in the past and told him to work off of that for me. But Ben's an amazing artist. He's done some huge murals lately. But Sam is definitely the GOAT. The silent GOAT. You know what? Here, guys, let me try to send this live to Sam. Maybe he'll get on here. There we go. Just sent the live to Sam. Maybe he'll hop on here and talk to you guys. I bet. Ben knows a lot of people. So, Mary Sue, if that's something that you want to do yourself, something that we offer a lot is giving you a blank board. We'll just put the top graphic on there. We won't even clear coat it for you if that's what you want. You'd be able to stencil in something on the bottom, then do a clear coat, whatever you wanted. So just let us know, because there is an option. There is an option for just getting a blank. As far as one-off graphics, it would be pretty expensive because commissioning the artist is a lot, so we don't really do that. But we can always give you a blank board and let you do your thing with it. Like I said, it's just going to come with the life graphic on the top, no clear coat on the bottom if you ask us to, and we'll just leave it blank so you can do whatever you want. And as for a clear coat on your own, pretty much anything works. A polyurethane clear coat is always the best. But another graphic application that works really well that doesn't damage the board is stencils and spray paint. It's just not very efficient. It's pretty hard to get done quickly. But as long as you hit it with a clear coat, you're going to be good. Alistair's always welcome to invade my stream. And then he gave Silver. Of course. Of course. And you know, and if it's something that you're gonna want a bunch of, you can have it commissioned. We've had some like graphics commissioned specifically for people that want them done over and over again. So if it's worth it to you, obviously it's gonna cost a lot more money. But if it is worth it to you to get a bunch of them, then maybe go that route. But I think the blank and then getting a blank and then putting your own graphic on it would be a smart idea. If you want any tips on that, you can always send me a message. Alistair, I just thought about something. I bet if you went to Google and typed in Casper Jones skateboarding, the McRib is back, you'll probably be able to find the commercial I made. I think there were a couple I did. I'm trying to think, because I did one for the Fanta blueberry thing, and I did one for the McRib. And then I stopped accepting money for that. you find the one where I smashed one on my face? Or the one where I did the frontside big semi-flip? I know there was one where I did like a Miller flip with it right next to my hand. I hope you approve, Alistair. Alistair's gonna have to find it because I posted it to Instagram so long ago, and I post every day, sometimes multiple times a day, so it's really hard to find it on my end. But if you Google it, yes, Alistair liked it. That's pretty fun. It's easier to Google myself than to look through my own page. While you're over there Googling me. That's a weird thing to say. Oh, this feels a little odd. There we go. Now, while you're out there Googling me, look up Casper Jones Lawrence Skate Park, Lawrence, Indiana, and you'll find out all the work we did at a skate park near us. McRib good, McRib messy. Yeah, I bet, dude, Bathtub Larry is about to be the most Googled name on Google for history. Yeah, I have a McRib shirt. I've got a McRib shirt. I've got a McRib hat. I got this little box that says McRib. I've got this little floaty thing that they sent that I have no clue what it's for. It looks like a little floaty for a drink. I don't know. But they sent a lot of weird stuff. And I have it. See, I told you, me and the McRib were tight. I think we've talked about this, Alistair. The reason I'm not wearing that stuff is because the internet they somehow think that McDonald's paying me to promote a thing that was already doing well is negatively impactful on groups of people. And I don't like that backlash, so I just avoid it. But you guys are rad, so I don't know. You can get in the comments. If you look in the comments on that video, there's some people getting real politically angry at me. And I didn't even know why they were angry or what I was doing that was upsetting them. But they didn't like it. They didn't like it at all. That's fair, Alistair, and I appreciate it. You might need to make an Instagram account just to argue with those people. Just to argue with them. Hey, see you, cool. Making noises. Ah, okay. It's just something on the wall rattling. That thing scares me when it's making noises. Oh, I don't know how I missed. Oh, you're asking about the maple. Okay. I thought you were asking me, Mary Sue. My bad. I thought you were didn't know you were asking Alistair. Oh, where does the maple come from? Great Lakes. Great Lakes area. So hard maple has to come from the northern U.S. Colder winters, long growth time creates tighter grains, makes really good maple for skateboards. There is maple in other areas around the world, but it's just not. The grains aren't tight. The maple that's down here in the U.S. isn't good. A lot of what's happening with the boards that are getting pressed in China, it's maple getting shipped over there. Some companies are even using birch composites in between. Always never a good thing, but yeah, it's all comes from just about the same place. I say Great Lakes maple because some of it is technically Michigan area, so it's still in the U.S. But Great Lakes, Canadian heart maple, all kind of the same thing. As once you start going south, that's when the maple isn't as good anymore. We do call the city I live in Afghanistan, if that's close enough. I mean, that's fair. Alistair, I think you need to tell an adult about that if Larry's assaulting you. Be careful now. That's if Larry's a scary man. No, we use bull maple. Definitely no birch in here. We're pretty outspoken about those that do. But I mean, the reason those companies use that is because they're really close to Russia. Baltic birch is really easy to get a hold of over there. Um, grows quick, so that's why they're doing that out of convenience, not quality. Now I will say I'm gonna be ending the live after this board here. Sales are pretty low, and that's gonna be, um, it could be the economy, could be other things, but I'm gonna sit here and blame my lack of ads. So I need to get some footage of board making so I can make some ads this week. So we need sales to go up. I need more work. But if you guys have any final questions, feel free to ask. Alistair, get all that out of your system. Don't forget, go to lifeskateboard.com, get yourself a life. Every board you order means I get to work a little bit more. I need to screenshot this to show people what happens in my lives. You guys are great. I'm gonna probably show my mom later, guys. I don't know how that went to there, Alistair. But again, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, get a life at lifeskateboard.com. All that fun stuff. You guys are gonna see with me if I'm gonna be skating later. We have 3 boards to shape, some videos to make. Looking like we're not gonna be skating. Dang it. It's been storming here. There were some tornadoes last night. As you can see from the flooding out here. Look at them chickens. Just in there. Oh shit. Not my chickens. Alright, well, you guys have a good one. Don't forget, get a life, lifeskateboard.com. Like, share, subscribe, all that bullshit I'm supposed to say. Bye-bye.